phone with your mommy? Listen to me, okay? It's very important for the baby and your mommy, all right? She should lie down. Right, tell her right now, lie down. And for her to put a pillow underneath her feet, or you go do it, Cindy, and come back to the phone.
They got me saying, oh, that was cute.
She put it already? Okay. And tell her not to go to the bathroom. She's what? The police are there? All right, very good.
Connected. All right, so I cannot give any first aid.
The uniforms, the trucks, the flashing lights, and crisp manner all tend to turn the men and women of EMS into an army of trained professionals.
When I go home, I can talk to my wife. I said, you know, Deb, I had this job, or she'll tell me, listen, I did this job, you know. I had a really bad pulmonary edema, somebody having a heart attack, you know, and she died on the way to the hospital. I understand because I've done that type of job, or we've been there. So we kind of console, and it kind of distresses yourself.
They are ready to serve and often faceless. But the truth is that as individuals, they are a unique breed, bringing home with them each day a head full of traumatic injuries and the knowledge they can only do so much.
I didn't care before. I just go in and duck the bullets, and now I always think, like, do I want my child to grow up without a mother?
It's hard to imagine these people living real lives, being able to lock away the images, the blood, the pain, and simply play backyard ball. But they do.
This is my fun. This is my day off, and this is what I like to do. Stay outside, do my gardening, play with her, go in the pool. Look at, throw right for here.
Debbie and Raul Perez met on the job,
see?
married, and had Alexa, who's now 5.
People say, oh, you know, when I go home, you know, the job stays there, but not on this job.
See, he had 9 Victor written in the dirt, and I wrote socks underneath it. So then he got mad. This is him getting really mad.
You know, going from doing nothing to could be, you know, 3 people shot or a baby in cardiac arrest. So doing nothing again, and then just coming here, and that's it. You just shut it off. But you really don't shut it off, you know? Now that's a fire!
Like many people who work the same job, they talk shop.
Oh. When in doubt, give it more.
We pull up, the guy sitting in a chair, leaned over. He was so white that we jumped out of immediately. We knew that this was a real job. He was white as a ghost. So then Kathy and I go over there. He is covered in vomit. As we're getting him into the bus, he starts seizing, like goes into stat ep.
Yeah.
And you know, we treated him with Valium. We got him to stop seizing and everything. But the hospital, they found like this mix of stuff, you know, that they use to check the quality of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Like that liquid, but.
That's mostly for cocaine, then.
Yeah, that's what I thought was cocaine. That's why I said that's usually for checking the quality of cocaine. But they're saying, no, it's a heroin overdose. But his pupils were dilated.
They can't be, you know. Right?
Yeah, and I told them, but it seemed like it was PCP. Wait a minute, honey. Wait a minute. I'm talking to Daddy, so you have to wait.
Alexa, Mommy and Daddy are talking.
I'm talking about, remember the job I told you about the man that threw up all over himself? No, I was telling her because I told her that that's when you take drugs that your mommy and daddy don't give you, right? Because he took bad drugs, and they were drugs that made him sick.
It makes you feel good when you transport the patient, get them to the hospital, and get them alive there, and that's a great feeling. And afterwards, you could talk to them, and the most is when the person comes out of the hospital, I mean, that's the most adrenaline you could get out of this call. And hopefully this man will be walking out of hospital soon, and he'll be okay and go on with his life.
How many times do you find someone that you've treated a couple of dozen times in the past, at least once a week, who isn't breathing from a heroin overdose? And once you get them breathing again, and you give them a little Narcan, kick in their respiratory drive, the first thing they do is look at you and they say, "Oh, you know, why'd you take away my high?"
We get no respect. The EMS gets no respect. Everybody thinks we're an ambulance driver. They don't know how technical we are, how advanced we are. Now, they don't realize that I could do everything, just about everything an emergency room can do in the back of my ambulance, and less the time, half the time that they do it, we could do it.
Raul Perez is like many other EMS workers. His passion for the job drives him to excel. If he can, he'll cure you on the spot. If not, you can believe that you'll get to the hospital in the best shape possible.
26 hours. All them.
Well, they might be going to the right.
Right. 30X, oh, X-ray? It's exciting, you know, that's what it is, I think. It's just we live for the excitement. And hopefully we go home every night. That's the biggest thing, is to do your job and go home in one piece, you know, and enjoy your family. And actually, I think in this job, you enjoy your family more because you get to see the bad things of the city, you know? So when you go home, you appreciate what you have a little more. You know, my daughter gets kisses every night, a little more than I guess other people do.
And Adam Brines, whose 8 years on the job were mostly thankless, gets his 15 minutes of fame after a particularly sensational call.
We're honoring New York City Emergency Medical Service paramedic Adam Brines for last Saturday's rescue of 4 civilians who were injured in an elevator accident at the Empire State Building. I want to thank and congratulate Adam for his tremendous courage in the face of great personal danger to himself. 80 floors up and in complete darkness, what he did was to risk his life to rescue 4 civilians. He's a perfect example of the type of courageous work our city's EMS workers perform each and every day.
I just wish that every EMT and paramedic in New York City EMS could feel like I do now, because they all deserve it. Thank you.
But for all of them, the emotional impact of what they do keeps them coming back for more.
I also feel like when I leave home, I have to really make sure I say goodbye, you know, because you just never know out here. Either you're going to get, you know, like crash your bus or get run in with the wrong person or get hurt, or it's a risky job. You just never know if you're really truly going to come home. So I always like make sure I say goodbye.
I see this as a career, but everybody that does this for as long as, you know, I have and as long as my partner Les has, you know, your body takes a toll.
I just like being on the street. That's how we all term it. We want to be on the streets. Whenever they threaten us with dispatching or some office job, we just all do everything we possibly can to get out of it because no one wants to be inside. You know, we get paid the same amount. It's even easier, but we're not on the street, you know.
The high stress these workers experience day in and day out has some mental health experts worried. In recent years, there have been a number of suicides among EMS workers in New York, although it's been hard to determine if their jobs were the direct cause. One expert who has studied these men and women says the most traumatic thing an EMS worker can go through is to come upon a multi-casualty situation and not be able to do anything about it. That was not the case in February of 1993. When a terrorist bomb exploded beneath the World Trade Center. It was the busiest day in EMS history. 300 emergency ambulances and personnel were dispatched. More than 1,000 people were taken to hospitals. No one can accurately say how many lives these paramedics and medical technicians saved that day, but undoubtedly, it was a day these street saviors will forever savor.
The neighborhood. This is where I started 11 years ago.
Hold the cloth on there. Hold the cloth. Hold it.
You have civil rights. No one can force you to do anything. Every day, I've been doing this job every day, almost every day of my life for the last 9 years. And I love it.
Okay, now when you say out of it, what do you mean?
What hurts, sir? Relax, relax.
Is he more short of breath than usual?
Yeah.
So what did you call for? What were you concerned about?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Beautiful. That's what we like to hear.
I just asked this gentleman, should I try and look sick for the...
No, you should feel great if you...